Hey, it's Councilman Salters,
And Councilman Grove.
and we are here for your council recap, the May 26th edition.
Is it? I don't even know the day.
I mean,
We've been so busy. 26.
Busy,
Hey, yeah, day after
busy,
Memorial Day.
quarantine,
Yeah.
phase 2, 3. There's just so many things that are going on. So today's Tuesday. Obviously, we took Memorial Day off. It's not just a government holiday, but a day that you sit back and you remember the sacrifices that those made. I mean, the ultimate sacrifice. So I hope everybody kind of thought about that while they did enjoy the day. It was
Beautiful
a
day.
great day.
Yeah.
We're really hitting that awesome early summertime before it's too humid here in our wonderful city. But we had our Tuesday night meeting. Everyone with their mask on, everybody
Yes.
temperature check. Kind of the new protocols that will follow at least probably till July 4th. So if you want to come to a meeting, make sure that you have a mask. Make sure you come in the front entrance. You'll get a temperature check, and then we've got everything spaced out. And it's not just for you. Like the council is that way as well.
I think Paula's kind of enjoying that temperature thing too much. I don't know.
So we had some brief things on the agenda for tonight. We'll go through those pretty quickly. And the thing is, it's nice to be able to talk those things through. I think we had about a 45-minute meeting, which is good.
It's pretty quick, but
Pretty quick. Oh, not compared to what it was.
yeah,
but
compared to this year,
yeah.
it's,
So we had a quick 45-minute meeting. We had kind of a residential zoning request change, which is pretty simplistic. The St. Paul,
St. Vincent de Paul
St. Vincent,
store,
St. Paul,
which is, I drive by it at least twice a day, and that place is a happening place.
Yeah, it's packed.
And they've grown over the last few years. I mean, exponentially. So they requested to go from a residential zoning to a commercial zoning. They're adding a sorting
storage area, but they already
Storage.
own the property. So the key thing, not to get too much in the weeds here, you just got to change these zoning requirements. So we approved it. That'll go to area plan. Area plan will give it a yes or no. I would assume it'll be a yes.
Yeah.
And then when it comes back to us, we'll give second and third reading, and that'll be good to go.
Unless somebody in the area would have an issue. That's pretty much the only thing. Or unless they don't have proper parking.
Exactly like that, but they
something
do because they own all the property around that. So this one's a pretty simple one that's laid out, and we're excited for it because that's a good facility that happens, and it's fills a need in the community, which is very, very needed. The next was Shot Drimtron came and asked for an abatement. Basically, they asked us to look it over, give a preliminary approval, and then we'll have a public hearing on it. So basically what a preliminary approval is we look at it, we say we will look at it in the future.
Right.
We will have a public hearing, and at that point it'll be the June 22nd meeting that they will come, and they're expanding some production. There's going to be a furnace, there's going to be a new production line.
Yeah, new furnace and expanding production line. And it will increase their employment. So
which is great.
That's always a positive. And they've done this a couple of times, and they will eventually be paying taxes on this. But it's a good way for them to show growth.
Well, it's a good way to show growth, and it's a good tool in our belt to help businesses out and be a business-friendly community. And those are the things that we're always looking for and encourage for our businesses. And we were happy to it. Somebody was there to talk about some of the new production and the furnace and things like that. We might not know a lot about those things, but it was nice to be able to get a good explanation.
Yeah, and Shot is always good about giving us a forewarning. We've actually had this paperwork for a couple of weeks to look at and go over it and prepare our questions for the night. And they never just spring it on you.
Well, that's a nice thing because we can go through it, and our question, reading through the documents slowly and at your own pace, allows you to understand it a lot better. So that put us in a better spot, which makes things easier for us. The next thing on our agenda was our business updates, and the key thing, this is a segment in our council meeting that will be there. I'm guessing it's going to be there for the rest of the year, and that's what I want to see happen. We've added this, and this is one of the things that Councilman Grove and I wanted to put in there specifically because we need to know what's going on in our business community. So if you're a business owner and you want to come talk to us, you've got a segment in council that you can come. Any meeting, it's going to be there. So tell us what's working, tell us what's not. Let us know how your business is doing. That would be fantastic because that's what we're looking for, and that's really important to us. I also meet with Jamie Neal either by phone, email. We kind of go over what's going on, and one of the things that we want to make sure and kind of emphasize some of the things that are happening in our business community. some of the things to make sure that we're prepared as individuals. Some of the big things we went over were some of the things that we're seeing after the phase has changed. We start to see an influx after a phase happens, and then it kind of dies down as people get people need time to get comfortable. We understand that.
Yeah,
we understand that. So the key thing that we're trying to remind people is that our businesses are doing a great job. They're following safety protocols, safety guidelines. They are doing some wonderful things. The key thing, make sure you're just patient. It's not just you that are going through those things as a consumer. It's all of us.
It is.
All right. So like businesses might have different rules and protocols, and that's okay. Yeah. I think a lot of them are going to be the same. The social distancing. Some might have you wear a mask. Some don't. But it just depends. Just make sure you're aware of those things, and don't get frustrated if they don't have your stuff, because there's a lot of businesses that are still restocking the shelves and making sure that they have product available.
I can tell you that's one of our biggest, has been our biggest obstacle, is getting supplies. So it's one of those things that'll come back. It's just going to take some time.
Well, the nice thing too is we do have a small business owner on the council, so we're able to tap into Councilman Grove and kind of get his opinions. I like to bounce a lot of those things off him, because as a business owner, he's going to have a different perspective than I am. In my former life, I was an econ teacher.
Yeah.
So these are things that really do interest me, specifically how people respond to things. And sometimes people respond irrationally to things, and you've got to be prepared for those things. And we're trying absolutely everything. Everything's on the table, because we want to make sure that our small business community thrives. Not just survives, but thrives.
Yes.
I guess the next big thing, you're probably wondering, don't you guys usually do this in front of City Hall? Yeah. Obviously right now we're at the back part of Gregg Park, in the new kind of parking lot area. The key thing that we wanted to emphasize, Gregg Park's going to be the place to be. If you can't see behind us, it is the place to be.
I didn't realize how much of a hangout it has become.
Yeah, it's the place to, I mean, people come here and exercise, people come here and enjoy things. The key thing is, we know that there's some frustrations right now. I know that people are frustrated about some of the pool announcements. The key thing is, we're going to be ready if guidelines change. I have faith that guidelines will change. I believe the guidelines will change, because guidelines have been changing constantly. But the key thing is, we're going to do absolutely everything we can to be able to provide the same services, maybe with a twist that we've had to do. And when I talk about that, there's a lot of positives. And when you look at Gregg Park right behind us, our farmers market will be here for the next 3 weeks, which is going to be exciting. And then one of the things that Councilman Grove and I really like, but he is the godfather of the food trucks, and I'm not. Food trucks will be here for a while.
Definitely.
And why are food trucks going to be here?
Well, everybody wanted it back on the Riverwalk, and I do too. It's it's my district. It's my favorite place to be, but it's so narrow.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like funneling everybody into that one area, and that's what we're trying to get away from. We've got plenty of room to spread the trucks out, but it's still just a narrow pathway, and the trucks have such a long line. People are waiting, and it's going to be hard to space them out to where you're not breathing down that person's neck in front of you. So the mayor reached out to us, and you guys worked together to get with the Parks Board, and everybody keeps saying, well, they wouldn't let the food trucks in the park before. It has been a long-standing rule, no selling in the park, and we honored that. I just appreciate so much that the Parks Board has let us come out here for a short duration. That way we can give a service back to the community and get the trucks out here, and the farmers market will be down here, and I think it's going to work out great for everybody.
And the thing is too, because everybody just spread the trucks out on the Riverwalk. The key thing is the Riverwalk is really narrow.
It is very narrow.
It's super narrow, and you don't really realize it until we're walking out there, and then all of us are kind of looking like, can we do this here? I know Councilman Grove was out there, the mayor and I have been out there kind of looking around. It's just narrow. Then you come here and you look at all the space that you have in Gregg Park. As Councilman McNeese likes to say, this is our central park. And the nice thing about it is we do have space, we do have shade, we do have the area to be able to do these things. And to be able to offer these things again, I think is fantastic. Because to me, that's a little bit of normalcy.
Right.
We're getting the food trucks are back. I mean, because I know people really did enjoy those things. Other couple things, the pickleball courts are up. Not only are the pickleball courts back open, but the skate park's back. So those are things that we can be excited about that are opening up. I know people were frustrated about the playground situation. I am too. That one that was a gut punch and a last second decision. We were told on Wednesday that phase 3 was going to move up and nothing was really going to change. And then we got word at 4:30 on Thursday that playgrounds wouldn't be in phase 3.
Yeah.
So that one was a frustrating one. Now our parks department has a great plan to be able to have those things clean, so when we get the okay, then we'll be ready to go. So, you know, the thing that I want to remind people is there's a lot of great things happening. And I know that there's some things that you're frustrated at. I mean, hey, all of us, I mean, this whole thing has been just... Ugh.
Nobody's been through this before.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
And
this is a first. I honestly didn't think we would be to this point.
Yeah, 4 weeks ago, I know there was a lot of discussion that Councilman Grove and I were having, like, how do we get things opened up? And where are we going to get there? Now look, you know, things are starting to open up. You see restaurants are back, retail stores are coming back. People are out and about enjoying things. And hey, go outside. Enjoy just being outside. It is fantastic out. And we really do like being outside. And there's just a lot of good things that are happening in the city. And I want to kind of emphasize, don't get bogged down with the things that aren't happening. Get excited about the things that are happening, because there are a lot of great things happening. I can't wait till next Monday.
No,
next Monday is going to be just awesome, and I can't wait to be here and just enjoy an event that we're just so used to. And there's a lot of you that are out there that are really excited about the farmers market coming up on Saturday. I mean, that's going to be great, and that's what we want to keep pushing forward. Now, the key thing we want to end on is our grant program, which is great. Now, if you've applied for the microloan program, our clerk treasurer will be reaching out to you and letting you know some of the changes that have happened, because we were really blessed to be able to get $250,000 in grant dollars, which is great. Which grant dollars means you don't have to pay that money back.
Absolutely.
So that's fantastic. So Kathy will be reaching out to those that did apply, because obviously we would like to be able to offer the grant money to you instead of the microloan. Now, the microloan's still there, and that's going to be available too. But we want to make sure that we get these grant dollars out first. So there was a time period where we were working on that. Things were changing. And she's going to be reaching out to you. There's a new link, and I'll put it on this video too, that you'll be able to apply through and get that information, because there's some slight changes because of federal guidelines.
Right. When it's free money, there's always a little bit more paperwork to do.
So there's a couple things you'll need to get in there, and we encourage absolutely everybody to apply for it.
Every business,
if you've got it, you'll apply for it, because this is money that goes directly into our community. And the thing is, if we can't get it out, then we're going to be penalized for it, or that money will be taken back, and it won't go to our community. I would much rather not saying I don't approve of other communities, but I would much rather that money go into our community.
Absolutely. Any improvements that need done, or rent, utilities, you can use that money that you've set aside for that for other things, doing whatever you need to do. New roof, paint your sidewalks, whatever you need to do.
Paint your sidewalks. That's a good one.
The curbs. I got these big yellow curbs in front of my business that needs painted.
Yeah, if you need to paint your sidewalks, we're the people to go for.
Caution.
Is there anything else?
I think we're on the right track.
It's really nice to be back. It's really nice to be able to get these things going. Our next council meeting, we'll be talking about the landscape ordinance. We wanted to wait until more people were able to kind of voice their opinion on those things. So if you've got an opinion on it, feel free to reach out to us.
We've got our expert working on it.
I know. He's so passionate about it, and I do appreciate the work that Councilman Lyles put into this. It's nice to have experts in all these different fields to be able to kind of pull on their expertise and be like, hey, can you explain this to me? And we had one of those questions after council tonight, and he was able to explain it very well. So other than that, things are going really well. And I want us all to kind of look at things that are going well, things that are opening up, things to be excited about, because there's a lot of things to be excited about in the city of Vincennes. I mean, I was at coupling practice this weekend. Youth Sports is back.
Nice.
Youth Sports is back. So
I'm a little past that.
Yeah. I'm not a baseball guy. I'm more of a football guy. But you know what? The kids want to play. So
Delaney's sport never stopped. If you see me trailing her on a bike, or usually that's Tanya's job, but she's continued on all.
So I mean, we're just excited. And the key thing is, if you've got a question, if you've got an idea, if you've got a concern, if you've got a complaint, reach out to us anytime.
Yeah.
You can get to us on our pages. You can call us. Our email. Everything's there. Just reach out to us.
Yeah. The public comment It hasn't been utilized yet. One time. That's also a time that if you have something that you need said at a council meeting, reach out to us. We can say it for you.
Yeah, the key thing is too, like, remember, you're always on the agenda. Yeah. The citizens are always on the agenda, and that's why we put the public comment sections there. You don't need to tell us ahead of time. You don't need to get approval ahead of time.
Just show up.
Just show up, and you can voice your concerns in there, or you can post them on our Facebook Live feeds, because we'll see those and we'll have people monitoring those, and we can ask those questions there. Other than that, I'm just excited. It's nice to be out here in Gregg Park. We are just ready for this weekend.
Yes.
Kind of a kickoff of things that Vincent's does well. Farmers market, food trucks on the Wabash in Gregg Park.
Yeah.
How's that going to be?
I don't know. It's still food trucks on the Wabash. Vincent's is on the Wabash, so that's technically.
Well, I mean, yeah, I do go to Thursday church on Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're really excited about that. So other than that, stay tuned. We will be back for our update in June.
Yes.
See you then.
See you then.